Welcome, friend. I'm Marcy, and I'm grateful to spend this time with you and to guide you through this meditation to clear away negative thought form entities. It's time to remove the old, stagnant patterns of limiting beliefs that repeated negative thoughts have created deep within your subconscious. And you're not here to judge yourself or to feel helpless or victimized or to feel guilt or shame for allowing these thought forms to develop. You're here because every human being collects experiences throughout their lifetime. Some experiences become wisdom, and some become memories, and some become habits, and others become the stories that we tell ourselves over and over again. Stories about who we are, what we deserve, what's possible, and whether we're safe or lovable, and whether we're enough. And during this meditation, you simply become aware of those stories, and with compassion, you begin to release the ones that no longer belong in your life. So make yourself comfortable, settle into your safe space. Gently close your eyes and allow your hands to rest naturally. Relax your jaw. Allow your tongue to rest softly at the roof of your mouth. And take a long, slow, deep breath in. And gently exhale. Again, continuing this breathing. And releasing tension with each exhale. Very good. Now imagine a brilliant point of light just above your head, small at first, and then with every gentle breath, it begins growing brighter and larger and warmer until it begins to expand all around you, above you, below you, in front of you, and behind you, and to either side until you're surrounded by a magnificent sphere of brilliant white light. Just notice how peaceful this light feels. And as you rest inside this bubble of white light protection, gently declare silently to yourself, only love may enter this space, and only that which serves my highest and greatest good is welcome here. And now let's invite the loving presence of Archangel Michael. Imagine Michael approaching with a quiet but steady confidence. And he stands beside you. See him place his hand on the sphere of light, and instantly its brilliance grows even stronger. His radiant blue light weaves throughout the sphere, creating a sanctuary of divine protection for you. And now let's invite Archangel Metatron and imagine him appearing as brilliant golden light, holding within his presence perfect clarity, perfect wisdom, and perfect discernment. He carries no judgment, only understanding. So ask him quietly, help me recognize the thought patterns that no longer serve me. Help me see clearly with compassion and wisdom. Feel his gentle smile as he acknowledges your request, because he already knows, and he has always known, the peace you're seeking today, the clarity you're searching for. And now invite Archangels Uriel and Raphael to join us. Their assistance and their light will be used to transmute negative thought forms into pure energy, into a form such as love, which will be used elsewhere in the universe. And now imagine roots of golden light gently extending from the soles of your feet and traveling effortlessly deep into the earth. They travel down and down through the soil, through the ancient stone, until they reach a beautiful crystal heart deep within the earth. Feel the loving stability and support that's traveling up these roots deep within the earth. And allow that peaceful energy to rise up further, up from the roots, into your feet and your legs, into your hips, traveling upward even further into your solar plexus, into your heart, your shoulders, your neck, your jaw, spreading throughout your throat and your face, over your eyes and your brow, and all the way upward into your crown. And feel how you're completely grounded, safe and balanced. And now allow yourself to imagine that your mind is no longer inside your head. Your mind has become a beautiful, magnificent garden. And this garden represents your subconscious mind. Imagine that each tree and each flower and each stream and pathway that meanders through this garden represents experiences that you've collected throughout your life. Notice how peaceful it feels simply to walk through this sacred place. Some areas of this garden are brightened by the sun, healthy and flourishing, but others seem to be forgotten, left in the dark. Some flowers bloom effortlessly, showing magnificent colors, and others remain tightly closed. And as you continue walking, you begin noticing something curious. Some plants are not flowers at all. Some are vines, and they're tiny at first, barely noticeable. And Metatron smiles and he says, every thought is like planting a seed. Most thoughts drift away like clouds. But the thoughts watered every day, and the thoughts believed with emotion, and the thoughts carried for years, they begin growing roots. Imagine watching a tiny little seed falling into the soil, and that seed represents the thought, I'll never be enough. And then a small sprout appears. Or, I'm not lovable, and another sprout appears. I'll probably fail, or I have to be perfect. I can't trust people. And another seed, money is always hard. Things never work out for me. I don't belong, or I'll never heal, or I'm not enough. And each repeated thought grows another tiny vine. Not because your mind wants to hurt you, but because the mind believes that repetition must mean importance. And the subconscious mind will faithfully water whatever seed we repeatedly sow, whether it serves us or not. Over months, years, and sometimes over decades, those tiny vines grow larger. Some of those thoughts become thorny bushes, and some become heavy stones. Some become locked cages, and some become dark clouds hovering overhead. Some become old suits of armor, so heavy you barely remember life before wearing them. And some repeated thoughts become masks of people-pleasing or perfection or pretending that everything is fine. Some thoughts become cobwebs stretched across beautiful windows, not allowing even the least bit of light to come through, and others appear as balloons tied to your wrists, not lifting you upward, but pulling your attention backward into old memories. Some become old chains, not because someone placed them there, but because they were slowly forged, one thought, one fear, and one experience at a time. They're simply patterns that have been given shape by repetition. You've created them unconsciously, and now, with love, you can choose to let them go. So take a slow breath and walk deeper now into that beautiful inner garden, and simply observe without judgment or fear, just being curious and compassionate and noticing what you see there. Because recognizing these thought forms and becoming aware of them is the first step toward freedom. Continue walking through this beautiful garden. The path beneath your feet is soft and golden, and the air is peaceful, and the trees around you shimmer with a healing energy. Just feel that healing energy and become aware that you're entering a deeper level of healing and transformation, surrounded by divine light. A circle of protection remains around you, and Archangel Michael stands beside you holding his electric blue sword of light. Just let your divine team of angels and guides support you here, simply allowing what no longer serves your highest and greatest good to be cleared away from your energy centers, away from your subconscious mind, and to be lovingly released. And up ahead of you, you notice a magnificent doorway. This doorway represents the deepest chambers of your subconscious mind, the place where old beliefs have been stored, the place where forgotten emotions have been held, and the place where old stories have remained waiting to be healed. Michael gently places his hand on that doorway, and a beautiful blue light flows from his hand, and the door unlocks. And as it opens, you realize there's nothing frightening waiting inside. Only old memories, old beliefs, and old patterns that once tried to protect you. Patterns that have been created from moments of fear, pain, disappointment, or misunderstanding. Just observe these old belief patterns and recognize how they came to be in your life. These are the patterns that no longer serve you. You can honor these patterns and thank them for the lessons they've brought you. And here in this place, you can lovingly release them and let them go. First, in this place, imagine that you'll find an old wooden chest. And on the side of this chest are the words, "There is never enough." Inside the chest are the old fears of scarcity and lack, of never having enough. Fears of not having enough money or enough love, not enough time, not enough opportunities. And you look at these beliefs with compassion and you realize they were never the truth of who you are. They were simply thoughts that you've learned along the way. So now open the chest and watch as golden light enters and the contents begin to transform. The fear inside becomes trust, the worry becomes faith, and the feeling of lack transforms into an awareness of your abundance. Watch as this chest dissolves into 1,000 tiny golden particles of light. The universe is abundant, and you are worthy of receiving this abundance. Next, notice a heavy cloak resting on your shoulders. This cloak carries every moment when you felt embarrassed, rejected, judged, or less than enough. Every harsh word, every painful memory, and every moment that you've questioned your own value. Just observe the memory of these moments. And now, gently remove this dark cloak and pull it from your shoulders and lay it down in front of you. And look at it and realize this was never who you were. It was only something you carried, something that was placed over you to disguise the truth. So watch as the angels surround the cloak with a loving light, and the heaviness disappears, and the cloak transforms into a beautiful cloud of butterflies. Watch as they rise into the sky, carrying away all of the false beliefs that you were anything less than a beautiful expression of divine creation. And this cloak is now transformed for you, and it shows you that you're worthy, you're valuable, and you're enough. And now become aware of another weight, the weight of any guilt that you've been carrying. Guilt from the past, guilt from choices that you've made or from words that you've spoken, maybe untruthful or unkind. Guilt from moments when you wish you'd known more or done more or been different. Observe these feelings of guilt for a moment. And now gather these feelings of guilt and place them into a beautiful sphere of light, and allow yourself to say, I release the burden of guilt. It no longer serves me. I keep the wisdom of my experiences, and I release the pain that they've caused me. And then watch as the golden sphere gently floats toward a crystal clear river. The river accepts the sphere and the water carries it away. It simply transforms these unwanted feelings back into a high frequency energy to be used somewhere else. And now turn and look around and notice a strong cage near you. This cage represents every fear that has limited you. Inside is the fear of change, fear of failure, fear of the future, fear of being seen, fear of not being enough. And perhaps this cage has been here for a very long time. Look inside the cage and see the fear within it. Recognize them for the moment and see what they've meant for you. And now take another look at the cage and look at the lock on the door of this cage. The lock that's been keeping these fears from being released, keeping them as burdens, holding you back. Archangel Michael steps forward and he reaches out to you with his sword of blue light, and you both grip the sword together. With one touch to the lock of this cage, the door swings open and the fears begin to be released. Each fear that floats out from the cage is met with a ray of golden light, and it's transmuted into a high frequency energy to be used elsewhere. Feel the weight of these fears being lifted from you. You breathe freely and you stand taller, and you remember who you truly are, a fractal of the divine with nothing to fear in this lifetime. And now bring your awareness to any anger that you may have been carrying. Anger toward yourself or toward others. Anger toward situations that have caused you pain. And imagine this anger as a storm cloud. A cloud that's been holding emotions, building and stirring and never being fully expressed. And now watch as this cloud releases the rain, and it begins to fall onto the earth. And as the earth receives it, this rain begins to grow new life. Your anger transforms before your eyes, and it transforms into wisdom, into healthy boundaries, into forgiveness, and into compassion and love. There's no longer any reason to hold on to this anger. This form that it's taken will serve you in a better way. And now in this place, you see an old mirror, and that mirror shows you comparisons in its reflection. It shows you what others have that you do not, and the belief that someone else's light dims your light. It shows you the envy and the jealousy that you've held on to. Place your hand on that mirror and let a wave of golden light clear the surface. And now, instead of seeing comparison, you see your own soul. Unique, beautiful, and powerful, just as it's meant to be. Your journey is your own, and your timing is your own, and your light is your very own. And with this realization, you can feel compassion and happiness for others, and gratitude for the gifts of abundance that are your own. There's room for everybody to shine. And now become aware of any energetic cords connected to the need for approval, the need to be accepted, and the need to make everyone happy, the need to carry everyone else's emotions, and to see these cords surrounding you. Archangel Michael approaches with compassion, but he doesn't cut the cords of love. He only releases the cords of fear, obligation, manipulation, control, and exhaustion. He severs all the cords connecting your energy with those who would steal your light. And these cords are transformed, and what was once obligation becomes freedom. And what was once fear becomes love. And what was once dependency becomes a healthy connection. You're allowed to love others without losing yourself. And this transformation allows you to honor yourself. And now in this place, imagine a beautiful butterfly emerging from its cocoon. The cocoon represents the old identity, the old stories and labels and limitations, the beliefs that said this is just who I am. But the butterfly knows the truth. It's always been destined for transformation. And transformation has always been possible. The cocoon opens and the butterfly emerges. And as it does, you feel a new freedom awakening within you. Your past is not your identity. Your mistakes are not your identity. Your wounds can heal. And you are eternal awareness experiencing this beautiful human journey. And as this great release continues, the angels gather around you, and every thought form that no longer serves you, and every emotional burden, outdated belief, and any pattern created from fear is carefully and gently drawn from you by the angels, and it's lovingly gathered and lifted up into divine light. Nothing is destroyed, everything is transformed. Fear becomes wisdom, pain becomes compassion, loss becomes understanding, and wounds become strength, and every released burden becomes a blessing that flows outward into the world. Now that you've released what you no longer need to carry, allow yourself to notice the beautiful space that's been created within you. A beautiful stillness, a gentle openness, a sense of freedom. The place where the old burdens once lived is now ready to be filled with something new, a higher frequency, something aligned with your true essence. So take a slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine yourself standing in the center of a magnificent temple of light. This temple exists within your own soul, and the walls shimmer with a golden energy, and the floor beneath your feet glows with healing light. Archangel Michael stands at your side. His presence is strong, loving, and protective. Archangel Raphael surrounds you with a beautiful emerald green healing light. Your guardian angels and divine helpers gather around you with unconditional love, and they celebrate this moment of transformation, because every release creates space for renewal, and every ending creates space for a new beginning. And now imagine a beautiful stream of pure divine light flowing down from the highest realms of creation. This light enters through the top of your head, and it flows gently through your entire being. Layer by layer and cell by cell, thought by thought, and emotion by emotion, your entire being remembers its natural state of balance. Your body remembers healing, your mind remembers peace, and your heart remembers love. And your spirit remembers its connection to the divine. And now imagine that beautiful golden threads of light are returning to you from every place where your energy's been scattered, from every worry, every regret, every moment of giving yourself away. Your energy returns, your confidence returns, your joy returns, your creativity returns, your peace returns. You gather yourself completely, whole, balanced, and restored. And now allow these words to move deeply into your subconscious mind, like seeds planted into a fertile soil. I am worthy. I am loved. I am supported. I trust the journey of my life. I release what no longer serves me. I welcome healing and transformation. I choose peace over fear. I choose love over limitation. I forgive myself and others. I honor my body. I honor my emotions. I honor my soul. I am connected to divine guidance. I attract experiences aligned with my highest good. I am open to receiving blessings. I am free to become the highest version of myself. And these beliefs settle into every level of your being, and your conscious mind accepts them, and your subconscious mind embraces them. Your body remembers them, and your energy responds to them. And as this healing journey comes to completion, see yourself standing in the center of the Temple of Light. You're surrounded by angels. You're filled with divine energy. And you're protected and restored and renewed. The person who entered this journey has been transformed, and that old weight has been released. Old stories have been rewritten, and the light within you shines brighter than ever before. As you carry this light into your life, it naturally will touch everyone around you, and your healing becomes a blessing, a peace that becomes a gift, and your love becomes a ripple of light flowing into the world. Archangel Michael places his hand upon your shoulder and reminds you you're never alone. You're always guided and always loved. So take in a deep breath and feel your connection, and feel your strength, and feel your peace. And when you're ready, gently return your awareness to this moment, carrying you with a renewed sense of freedom, balance, and divine alignment. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel and drop me a greeting into the comments. Until next time, namaste.